Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Illinois workNet Calendar Update demo. My name is Olivia Miller, and today we'll be taking a look at the new and improved Illinois workNet calendar. We're going to start today by looking at the new features available within the calendar search and within each event. We will also look at adding new events to the workNet calendar and the approval process behind that. Finally, we will review how to use the embeddable widget to embed the workNet calendar onto your web page. So to access the Illinois workNet calendar, you do not need an account. The calendar can be used by any individuals up until the point you get to where you want to add an event to the account. Once you're wanting to add an event, you are required to set up an Illinois workNet account. To access the Illinois workNet event calendar, you will go to the Illinois workNet homepage. From there, you can select the menu, and then under Network and Connect, you'll see the Illinois workNet event calendar. Once you click on that, it's going to direct you to the Illinois workNet event calendar page, where you'll be able to see all the events that have been added in. The Illinois workNet calendar has many filter options that you can use to narrow down the list of events. You have the ability to filter by city or zip code. You can also use the radius filter to broaden or narrow your search within a specific city or zip code. You can also filter on keywords, date ranges, local workforce innovation areas, audience types, which you will find in the additional filters section, grade levels, fields of interest, event type, and series. You can easily clear out all of the filters that you select by using the reset button located right underneath the filters. So for example, if you were to go in and select a couple different filters, and maybe you found that your filters were not bringing back any results. Sorry, no results were found. You can use a reset button to easily clear out all those filters and start your search from scratch. Additionally, you can use the export button to download an Excel sheet of the events by using the export button. Furthermore, we have two options for viewing the event calendar. First, we have the list view, which we're on now. And then we also have a month view. With the month view, you will only see the top 2 events that are taking place each day. If you want to see more events going on that day, you can click on the day that you're wanting to look at, and it will pop open a list of the events for that day. To see more information on a specific event, simply just click on that row, and it will pop open all the event information for you. We're going to hop back over to the list view. So on our list view, if you're taking a look at all the different events that have been added in, to see more information, you'll click the View More Details button, and it's going to pop open that event and show you all the event information. You can also use the View button to pop open the event in a new window. The event information contains the name of the event, the date and the time of the event, the location where the event is taking place. If there's any website information, it will be included as well, along with the description of the event. And furthermore, if any contact information was added into the event, it would also display. And then on the right-hand side of the event, you'll see any tags that have been associated to the specific event. Within each of the events, our users have the ability to add the events directly to their calendars by using the Add to Calendar button. Once you select this button, you will be able to select which kind of calendar you want to add that to. We also have the Share button. You can use that to share the event via Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, or copy the URL directly for that event. Users can also print the event information by using the Print button icon. And again, we have the View button on the top right-hand corner if you want to pop that event open into a completely new window. So that's just a little bit about using the event calendar filters and searching through the events that have been submitted and approved to the Illinois workNet calendar. Now, if you're going to add an event, this is where you will be required to have an Illinois WorkNet account. If you do not have an account already set up, that's completely fine. You'll be prompted to create one before you actually get to add all of your event information. To add an event to the event calendar, you will select the Add Event button. You will then agree to the terms of service, and after you agree to the terms of service is when you would be prompted to set up a WorkNet account if you haven't already. Since I'm already logged in, it's going to take me directly to the event form page. So the next steps are going to be completing all of the required fields within this event. We're going to start with giving the event a short name. I have an actual event we're going to go ahead and add in as we're going through this. So you'll give your event a short name. Oops, hold down my form. And then you're going to also select the event type. Next, we're going to enter in the start and end dates for our event. So this event is taking place on May 15th at 9 o'clock. And you can see over here it's automatically updating the end time to be on the same date 1 hour later. So for this specific event, it actually goes 2 hours, so we're just going to pop that open and increase it from 10 to 11. And then we also have this all-day event option. For any events that are going to be taking place all day, you can use this checkbox, and it will not make these true fields required. Additionally, if there is a repeating event, you can select the Repeat Scheduled Event button. And this will let you set how often this event is going to repeat. Each one has a few different additional fields you'll complete depending on if it is daily, weekly, monthly, or a specified time. This event is actually not a repeating event, so we're going to go ahead and cancel out of that. Our next step is going to be to enter in the location of our event. The new event calendar uses Google Maps to make adding the address information quick and easy. You can type in the name of the venue and then easily select it from a drop-down. So if it was taking place at Crown Plaza, we could simply type that in and select it, and it's going to auto-populate that address information for us. However, the event taking place that we're adding is taking place at the Springfield Unemployment and Jobs Center office. That is not something that Google recognizes, so we're going to enter in this event manually. So we're just going to copy and paste the text of the event into these fields. Alrighty, and then we have our event information. We also have the option here on the locations information piece to say that this is an online event. So we can come in and we can identify that this is going to be an online event, and it's going to make this location field not required. And you can see here that it is now requiring the website to be entered in. So we're going to uncheck that because, again, this is not an online event taking place in person. And you can see when that online event option is not selected, it makes this website field not required. You can still definitely add in a website if there's a website that goes along with the event that's taking place. And then our next field is our description. You can enter in your description here, and you have the ability to bold, italicize, and underline. You can include links. You can change the font size, color. You can bullet, add numbers. So you do have the ability to kind of adjust the text within the description if you need to. You can also upload any files that will be going along with your event. So if you have an agenda or maybe some forms you would like them to print out and complete prior to attending the event, you can upload those, and anytime somebody comes in to look at your event, all of the files will be associated with that event and be able to easily download directly from the WorkNet calendar. Next, we have the option to enter in a contact. Contact is not required, and you can enter in a contact name, contact phone number, contact email, whatever information that you have that you want to make available to users can be entered into the event. And then next, we're going to select our audiences. So for this event, we're going to be looking at job seekers and the general public. We also have additional filters you can use. They are not required like the audience filter is. We have grade level, fields of interest, frequency, and series. Once we've gotten all the event information added in, I got to come back and add my event information, my address. I cleared it out when I chose online. Pop my street back in. We're going to click Add Event. And here it looks like it's telling us the field city is invalid. Oh, so we'll type Springfield in here. And then we also need to put the zip code back in. Additionally, in the event description, we do include a bad word checker. So if I were to have any inappropriate language in this description, it would give me a message at the top of the screen in red like we saw with the city and zip code that would let me know that one of the words in my description is inappropriate and needs to be updated prior to it being approved. So now that we've corrected the two things we had missing, we can click Add Event. And you see that we're getting this blue message up at the top letting us know that our event has been submitted for approval. Once it's been approved, it will display on the public calendar. It will be reviewed and approved within 1 to 5 business days. And if for any reason you need it to be approved immediately, you can contact info@illinoisworknet.com. We can go in and take a look at it and get it all set up. Now that we've walked through using the event calendar and adding events, we're going to take a look at the steps that are required for getting an event approved. All events must be reviewed and approved before they go display on the Illinois WorkNet calendar. Each LWIA is responsible for reviewing and approving events within their LWIA. LWIA coordinators and managers receive a daily email summary with a list of events that have been submitted within their LWIA. The LWIA coordinators and managers, along with the Illinois WorkNet staff, will review and approve events within 1 to 5 business days. So I'm going to pull up my other screen here. In this screen, I am logged in with a different login. My login is higher level access. So I have the ability to approve events that have been added in, exactly like an LWIA coordinator or manager. So in order to come in to see all the lists that have been submitted but not approved, we'll log into Illinois WorkNet and come to the event calendar. And we're going to have a few additional filter options, one of them being approval. So we're going to filter that down to unapproved, and it's going to bring up a list of all the unapproved events that have been submitted. For LWIA coordinators and managers, they'll only see the events that fall within their LWIA, and they'll only be able to approve those events. So the event that we just added was on May 15th, or May 11th. And you see that we have an approve button in which you can come in and approve a single event or you can approve a series. We highly recommend that before you just go in and approve an event, that you first take a look at the event information. If it is a series, you'll have the option to approve all of them at once or just one at a time. We're just going to take a look at this one here. And so when you're reviewing these events, it's important to make sure all the information is accurate. There's no typos. There's no grammar issues. You're really going to want to be focusing on that within the event description. One of the things I highly recommend is that you maybe copy and paste the event information and description into a Word document or somewhere that has spell check so you can make sure everything is spelled correctly. We do have a spell check in here, and it will catch a lot of this stuff, but I would rather be safe than sorry. Additionally, events can have a cost recovery rate of up to $75. Anything higher than that should be approved by the CEO prior to having it approved and displayed on the Illinois WorkNet event calendar. So once you've went through and reviewed all the information and everything looks good, we're going to update this Approve drop-down to Approve. And then we'll click Update Event. It's going to update that event, and it's going to show a green check mark here to let us know it was approved, and it is now going to display on the Illinois WorkNet event calendar. OEA coordinators and managers also have the ability to access an event dashboard. The event dashboard will show each OEA how many unapproved events they have been submitted, how many events have been submitted and approved, and the total number of events submitted. So you can see here, I am logged in with a state-level access, so I am able to see all OEAs. OEA managers and coordinators will only see the row that contains their OEA. So the first column is showing us the number of unapproved events, the number of approved events, and then our total number of submitted events. The dashboard includes filter options such as date range, OEA, which only state-level staff will see. And then we have additional filters for audience, grade levels, fields of interest, event type, frequencies, and series. So you can easily get a count of different aspects of events that have been entered in if needed. We will also have some future updates that will be coming out that will make these numbers right here clickable, and will take you to the list of the events. Alrighty, so that was a bit of an overview of the approval process and how events go through getting approved before they display on the Illinois WorkNet event calendar. The last thing we're going to touch on today is embedding the Illinois WorkNet calendar. For anyone who currently has the WorkNet calendar embedded into your web page, or for anyone who wants to embed the WorkNet calendar into your web page, you will follow these steps to get the updated embedded code for the new calendar. The embedded WorkNet calendar shows events that have been added by our office, local partners, and other users that have events to share. And this allows users to easily search for an event near them directly from your website. So we're going to come to the Illinois WorkNet homepage, and we're going to scroll all the way down in order to access the embeddable calendar widget. So once we get to the footer, you're going to see the Embeddable Widgets link. You'll click that and you'll be redirected to the WorkNet Embeddable Widgets page, where you will then select the Event Calendar, Illinois WorkNet OEA link, in the left-hand navigation menu. You will then be presented with the description of the embeddable calendar along with a sample. Go ahead and scroll down and click the Calendar Code Generator link in the Configure Your Own section. So we're going to click this link, and it's going to open up a form for us to complete. We're going to go ahead and complete this form the way we would like the calendar display on our web page. As you start making updates to this form, the sample calendar that shows here at the bottom of the page will begin to change based on the things you select above. So if we were to select a list view and that we want to see OEA 7, and we scroll down, our calendar is going to work to update, and it's going to have it set to OEA 7 and display in the list view for us. So once you've went through and identified everything that you want your calendar to contain, the last thing you'll want to do is just run through this sample calendar and make sure it's displaying the way that you're wanting it to show on your web page. Once the sample calendar looks exactly the way you want it to look, you're going to copy the HTML code within that iframe box. And this is the code that you will use to embed the calendar onto your website. If at any point in time when you're using the Illinois WorkNet event calendar, whether you're searching for events, adding a new event, approving events, or trying to embed the calendar widget into your web page, and you have any questions or run into any issues, please reach out to Illinois WorkNet. You can contact us at info@illinoisworknet.com. We work Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, and are here to answer any of your questions and provide guidance and assistance in any way we can with any of the Illinois WorkNet tools or resources. I hope you all have a great day, and thanks again for joining and learning a little bit more about the Illinois WorkNet event calendar.